This is a OEM mudguard install for the 2020 Acura MDX. Let me just show you how the car looks like before the mudguards. I would recommend that you just quickly clean and polish the area which is going to cover the mudguard. So when I initially purchased this, I purchased the mudguards that were color match, and when I put it up against the car, the color was way off. I'll insert a picture here for you to take a look. So I would recommend not going with the color match mudguard because unless the mudguard was spray painted the same time as the assembly line, the color is going to be way off. So I returned those and I opted for just plain black mudguards, and I'll show you what's included with the OEM install. So there's 10 of these round bolts, and then there's 4 of these flat Phillips, and there's 8 clips. And I already put some of the clips on. Now this is for the rear side, and this is for the front side. So if you are looking for these mudguards, if you get it straight from the dealer, they're going to charge you MSRP. So I actually looked online, and a lot of times it's the dealer selling it online. It's 20 to 25% off online, and the dealer charges shipping for it too. So I actually got these off of eBay with free shipping, and it so happened that it was a dealership selling these. I got these for around $103, shipping included. If you were to get the color match, that would be an additional $60. All right, let me just start the install. This is the driver's side mud flap. Before you start the install, I would recommend you just turn the steering column counterclockwise so you'll have room for these screws. So I think some of these places it's going to be a tight spot, so you either need one of these or a stub Phillips screwdriver. So here's the mud flap. So we're going to be installing it like this. So the instructions, you're supposed to use a push pin, which I don't have, so I'm just going to use a screw to kind of poke through, so that later it'll be easy for the screw to go in. You're going to poke through these 2 holes. You're going to remove this screw, and you're going to keep this screw. You're going to remove this screw, and you're actually going to discard that screw. And then for those 3 holes, you're going to use these round Phillips. Okay, I just placed the mudguard on, and there is a specific order that you're supposed to tighten the screws. So when you initially mount the screws, just mount it in loosely, so you could actually push this up and it's flush up against the panels. So the order that you're supposed to tighten the screw is tighten this one first, second, third, and then tighten that one last. Here's the image of the driver's side mud flap installed with the 4 screws. Now the back side is a little bit more tricky. So if you look at this material here, it's just like a felt material. It actually took me, let me see if I could show you these screws. So there's actually 2 screws. There's one right here, and there's another one right here. You're supposed to remove those. And then insert this piece in. Just make sure you install the clips beforehand. And then for the mud flaps, on this side, make sure you install a clip right here. And if you look at this felt material, you're supposed to also insert a clip right through. And this thing is just basically not attached to anything hard plastic. It's going to be attached to the felt with the clips holding it tight. So most of the majority of the install that's going to be supporting the weights of those two screws right there. Right, let me start the install and show you. So the bracket is installed. I did want to mention that when you remove the original screws, which are these flat heads, you want to use the round ones for the install. Okay, when you install the mud flap, it's supposed to fit in like that. After you put I just want to mention that there is, for this one piece right here with the clip, initially I thought I had to remove one of these, but it actually goes into this hole right here. And again, this is just some loose plastic, so nothing much holding it together. So just wanted to mention, so these two initial screws that you took out, you're going to reuse. And basically on this mud flap side, these are all going to be the flat Phillips. And there is a tightening order. You want to push the mud flap up against the panel to make sure it's flush. So you want to tighten this one first, and there's that one screw on the underside, which I'll show you later, you tighten second. This one's third, and this one's last. And it's just to show you. So this is the one that's on the underside that you want to tighten second. And then that one that you tighten last, let me see if I could show you in here. You can kind of see it right here going through behind this flap, and you can just double check to make sure it went through the clip. Just some advice. So before you put the screw in, you want to make sure all the clips are lined up, because it's not an exact fit, so you don't have to unscrew and redo this. Okay, just to show you how the car looks with the flaps. So it doesn't stand out too much, so it's not too bad. It actually looks pretty good. And then you obviously repeat for the other side.